Well, whether you work with a large group of people or a small, intimate group, workplace conflict can make for a miserable work environment. But one company is bringing peace to workplace conflict. So we have Jeremy Pollack. He is the CEO of Pollack Peacebuilding Systems. So thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
You're showing us the building blocks for a better work culture. So
I hope so.
We're excited to talk to you. So tell us a little bit more about your company and what you guys do.
Yeah, so we work primarily in organizations, all kinds of organizations that are experiencing conflict or that can foresee conflict coming in the future. So we do interventions, we do facilitated dialogue and problem solving, we do training, coaching, all sorts of different things to help people and organizations actually get along better, have better cultures.
Okay, I like that. So how do you do this? Do you go in person? Do you do virtual sessions? How does it work?
Yeah, all of the above.
Okay.
I mean, during COVID, right, we had to adapt and go totally virtual. Now we're coming back in the office. So I think we're like about 50-50 right now doing virtual and in-office stuff. Yeah.
Okay, lovely. Now, who's reaching out to you primarily? Are employees reaching out, or are leaders, executives reaching out to you?
Typically, it's someone in HR or it's a business owner or senior leadership or something like that trying to gather some information. Sometimes it's also training and development. We do a lot of conflict resolution training, de-escalation training. So it depends on which department needs us, basically. Okay, got it. Now, you have some tips for us. You're making it practical, solutions for us to kind of start. Can you share some of those tips? Sure. So one really important one is setting mutually agreed upon expectations with people. It's really hard to hold people accountable for things that they don't know they're supposed to be doing and also that they haven't agreed to do. So this is important with any relationship, whether it's a relationship at home with spouses, partners, but also in the workplace. We need to have mutually agreed upon expectations in key performance indicators, job descriptions, priority lists, that sort of thing. Right, and this is for managers, I would assume, yes? Absolutely, well, but managers also need to set those expectations with the people that they lead. Exactly. Early and then consistently. Yes, absolutely. There's so many conflicts that arise from people not understanding what they're supposed to be doing or not really clear on who's supposed to be doing what, so absolutely, expectation's important. Okay, up to, you have? Yeah, the next is having a feedback-rich environment. So where there's an environment where it feels safe and it feels open to give a lot of feedback. Positive feedback and constructive feedback. We want to give a lot of feedback so people understand what they're doing right and also where they can improve. And coming at that feedback from a place of curiosity and of empowerment. So it's not just, I'm trying to tell them what they're doing wrong, but it's really, I want you to win. I want to come to this because I believe in you. I believe you can get better, and that's why I'm giving you the feedback. So a feedback-rich environment, really important for people to constantly be in a feedback loop with their managers and with their coworkers. So if you're someone who is an employee and you feel like you're not getting that, is it okay for you to reach out to your manager 100%. And ask them? 100%. You have to. You have to. Or else it's likely that someone is going to feel insecure in their job because they don't know if they're doing things right or they don't know if they should be doing things differently. So it's really important to get clear on that and to ask if they're not giving it to you on a regular basis. Lovely. And last but not least, you have? Yeah, attending to conflict early and with optimism. So we don't want to bury our heads in the sand. We don't want to avoid conflict. A conflict-avoidant culture is a very toxic culture. So we want to be able to attend to conflict early and with optimism. So we're looking at conflict not just like, hey, this is something I don't want to deal with. No. Conflict is an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity for deeper relationships. How can I look at this with new vision, with saying, hey, what's next on the horizon because of this conflict? How can what can come of this? What's an opportunity that can come of this? So it's really important. Do you find that's hard to rewire folks to look at it from an optimistic or through an optimistic lens? Absolutely, because conflict's uncomfortable, right? It makes people uncomfortable. It's difficult. It takes a lot of effort to get through it. So it's hard, but that's our goal, is to help people start looking at conflict a little bit differently. Okay, this is something you're really passionate about. You said you were a business owner and you were just so fascinated in this subject matter, yes? Yeah, I've owned several businesses, and then eventually I got really interested in the psychology of conflict and the psychology of peace, and went back to school and got a PhD in psychology and in conflict resolution, and so I became very passionate about this subject. Well, it's fascinating. Thank you for sharing these tips, and I know we're just scratching the surface. Your team can help us go much deeper in this as a business and organization. So thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, if you'd like to learn more, you can visit pollackpeacebuilding.com, listed there on your screen.